at about 4:45. Okay? Let me see what else you need to know. I think it's maybe just time we started, guys, okay? I don't normally allow the use of the R word. Okay, the R word is the wet stuff that comes from the skies. But guys, we're too late anyway, because it's happening, okay, guys? So normally I say if you use the R word and it happens, I will blame you personally, okay? Guys, I'm going to go upstairs, okay, for a moment and say hello to the people upstairs. Okay, guys. There's about... Okay, guys, there's about 600,000 people live in the Greater Belfast area. That's not much for a capital city, but that's about a third of the entire population of North. Ma'am, could you just hold it down, please, ma'am? All I can hear is you talking, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, guys, just to let you know, as I say, 600,000 people live in the Greater Belfast area. We got city status in 1888 from Queen Victoria. Okay, she only came here once in her whole reign, 1859. Okay, she gave us city status though 40 years later. She only visited us for a couple of hours. Okay, so all around this tour you're going to hear about Queen Victoria. For example, on the left-hand side, you see this building on the left-hand side? That's called the Victoria Square Shopping Centre. Okay, I find that quite expensive in there. My ex didn't seem to think so every time she took my credit card in there, guys, okay? But I find that quite expensive. The whole way in the tour, it's all about what you see. Have a look on the left-hand side. This is Victoria Street. I told you you're going to hear lots about Queen Victoria on this tour. Look on the left-hand side, guys, you see a big yellow fountain. It's called the Chapel Fountain. That's dedicated to our only Jewish Lord Mayor. And you see the bar beside it, Bittles Bar. If you like to be insulted, that's a great bar to go into. The manager there will not serve you anything less than a pint. If you go in there and ask for half a pint, he refuses to serve you. He says it's not worth his while. A couple of girls told me they tested that out a couple of weeks ago. They went in there and asked for 2 half pints. He wouldn't give them. He gave them 1 pint with 2 straws. That's part of his charm, okay, guys? And it can be tested out. Guys, in the same way as Charles III had Camilla as his consort, Queen Victoria had a consort called Prince Albert. When he died, she built this big clock on the right-hand side here, called the Albert Clock, but you'll find that everything in Belfast is a nickname. And this is nicknamed the Leaning Tower of Belfast. If you have a look at it, it leans back by about a metre and to the side by a metre. I'll tell you later on the tour why this is, okay? But the ladies of the night used to congregate around the bottom of that clock. And because it's a clock and because it's leaning, they used to say to their customers, if you've got the money, we've got the time and the inclination. Good, oh that's not bad, you're going to be a good audience. I can see you're going to be a good audience. Okay guys, the whole history of Belfast is all about the sea and sailing in ships, okay? So, this is Queen Square we're coming to, named after Queen Victoria. Again, can I tell you that there's a concert here tonight with Stiff Little Fingers. This is the stage that's been built for them now. They're going to be playing here tonight, okay? There's the stage getting ready for them. And also, guys, I told you everything is about the sea and sailing in ships because we're a port, and that's what Belfast is about. And that was our customs house. Also, when they want to know what to do with the drunken sailor, that's where the drunken sailor was put because that was one of our jails for a while. Guys, we go into the corner on the right here. I want you to concentrate on the left-hand side of the bus. Through where these people are, just over there, through the trees here, you will see a big ceramic fish. It's called the Salmon of Knowledge. It comes from the legend of Finbacul, the giant who gives the name to Giant's Causeway. There you are. Guys, it said if you go over and kiss that fish, you become wise. I think if you go over and kiss that fish, it shows you how wise you actually are. Okay? But guys, this is the River Lagan. This splits Belfast in 2. Okay? All the tides. So the smell has gone away. And now we've got bars and restaurants and apartment blocks and hotels all along what's called the Maritime Mile because the smell has gone away. So there's the weir just to the left-hand side, guys. And can I also tell you, the salmon have come back here after 200 years of being away because the river is much more clean. It's much cleaner now. Guys, next stop number 2. Sorry, ma'am? Salmon. The fish salmon, ma'am. They swim here. Yeah. Guys, so this is stop number 2. Coming up in the moment, SS Arena, also known as the Odyssey. Used to be full of bars and nightclubs. Now it's much more family oriented. Is there anybody on from Canada? Shout yo. No, nobody on from Canada. The reason I mention that, guys, is because this is much more family oriented now. And this is the home of Belfast ice hockey team. The reason I mention Canada is because all the members of Belfast ice hockey team come from Canada. Okay? And can I also tell you, this is a true story. Believe it or not, Whenever they were talking about what to call Belfast ice hockey team, somebody seriously came up with the idea of calling them the Belfast Bombers. They really didn't think that was such a good idea, calling the Belfast Bombers. So they called them the Belfast Giants, after all the Giants here. So guys, this is stop number 2. Does anybody want off here? I assume not, but if nobody wants off here, we'll keep on going. If you want off, ring the bell, stomp your feet, whatever, shout at us, just don't hit us. Guys, this is stop number 2. You'll see one of the little signs on the halfway up the lamppost saying hop on, hop off tours, the little red and yellow sign. That shows it's one of our stops. But guys, I'm assuming nobody's going to get off and on because we're really at the end of the day. Can I tell you, as well as being the home of Belfast ice hockey team, sometimes I mention that Eric Clapton's played here. A lot of young ones aboard say, who's Eric Clapton? Absolutely. Guys, you're probably saying, who's Eric Clapton, aren't you? Yeah, I thought. You have no idea who Eric Clapton is. Guys, people of a certain age know exactly who Eric Clapton is. Guys, this is coming into the first of 7 quarters of Belfast. Might seem strange talking about 7 quarters because you think we could only have 4 quarters. But these are all to do with politics and history and culture. This quarter we're coming into is called the Titanic Quarter. I'll give you 3 guesses what this area is about, okay? Also known as Queen's Island. Named after Queen Victoria again. This is where all the shipbuilding took place for years, okay? But very little shipbuilding now. It's all to do with the first thing you're going to see in the Titanic Quarter here on the left-hand side, the couple ones, is a little ship called the SS Nomadic, sometimes referred to as Titanic's little sister. The Titanic left the port of Cherbourg in France on its ill-fated voyage. It couldn't get into the port of Cherbourg, so this little boat took the first and second class passengers out to the Titanic, okay? There was another little ship called the SS Traffic, took their third class passengers out, because of course they didn't want the classes to mix. Okay. So guys, coming up the left-hand side, SS Nomadic. This is the original ship that took people out to the Titanic. This is not a copy. This is actually the ship that took the first and second class passengers out to the Titanic on the left-hand side. Okay. And that's why it's got the French flag in the back. Guys, the big building coming up the left-hand side here with the points on it, that's the Titanic Experience. If you want to go there, we'll be coming back to this in a moment. Guys, the points of that are the height of the